Hello, everybody, and we are tuning into page 4, which is actually the last page of our West Michigan listing agreement. Do you have any questions? Of course, as you know, leave them in the comments, message me here, call, text, email, whatever you got to do. So let's get down to business. Where we left off was number 23. And the first line of page 4 is the ending of number 23. There's a little checkbox here that says, as the seller, I request that agent for owner appear in the owner's name field on the MLS. If we don't check that, it will literally put your seller's name and their stuff is blasted all over the internet. Number 24, indemnification. Seller shall indemnify and defend broker, broker's licensee, subagents, and other cooperating brokers and licensees against and hold them harmless from any claim, suit, liability, damage, or expense arising out of any showing of the property and based in whole or in part on the condition of the property and or the improvements thereon, but excluding claims based on the intentional or negligent acts or omissions of the broker, broker's licensee, subagents, other cooperating brokers and licensee. So you can't just blame us for everything. However, if we mess up, you can definitely blame us. That's what that says. Number 25 is the consent to fees. So the seller acknowledges that broker may be offered placement fees, finder fees, or other consideration from service providers such as, let's just talk here for a minute on what that could mean. That could mean inspectors, that could mean lenders, that could mean title companies, that could mean home warranty companies, that could mean all sorts of people, right? You understand that they may be offered that. And it is acknowledged that such fees or considerations may require compliance with RESPA. So we actually do in our brokerage tell you if we make money off of that. 26 is broker remedies. In the event the seller terminates this agreement before the expiration date, seller agrees to reimburse broker for any expenses incurred in connection with the property, including but not limited to advertising costs, title commitment fees, attorney fees, surveys authorized by seller, or any other expenses incurred by broker regarding property. Broker will provide a list of all such expenses to seller within 5 days after seller provides written notification of termination. Seller shall pay broker expenses within 10 days after seller's receipt of broker's itemized list of expenses. The foregoing shall neither limit nor constitute a waiver or any right or remedy of broker under this agreement or applicable law, and shall be in addition to any claims or damages to which broker may be entitled, including but not limited to a claim for a brokerage fee under this agreement. So if you come after a realtor, just make sure you read through your contracts and that you have a valid case. Our code of ethics is a really good one to read. If you are wondering if a realtor did do something wrong, and they will usually cite that to us. If there is, I've never been in a mediation or in front of the grievance board, but I know agents who, they say that if you do get in trouble, that's what they cite directly from is our code of ethics. So if you guys want a copy, let me know. 28 is fax, electronic distribution, electronic signatures. The parties agree, Number 27 is citizenship. Seller is a United States citizen or resident alien, yes or no. Seller is not a U.S. citizen or resident alien. There are tax implications, and seller is advised to seek professional advice. I'm designated IRAP, which is the International Real Estate Practitioner. And I know that if you choose not a citizen, there is a pretty lengthy process that could last a few months. And that's okay. You can be from a different country and still buy here. But it is a process. So if you're not a citizen, make sure your realtor knows right up front. The parties agree that any signed copy of this agreement and any amendments or addendums related to this transaction transmitted by fax, email, or other electronic means shall be competent and evidence of its contents to the same effect as an original signed copy. The parties further agree that an electronic signature is the legal equivalent of a manual or handwritten signature and consent to the use of electronic signatures. The parties agree that any notices required or permitted under this agreement may also be transmitted by fax, email, or other electronic means. Wire fraud. Seller is advised that wire fraud is increasingly common problem. If you receive an electronic communication directing you to transfer funds or provide non-public personal information, such as a social security number, driver's license number, wire instructions, bank account numbers, even if that electronic communication appears to be from me, title, lender, do not reply until you have verified the authenticity of the email by direct communication with the broker, title company, or lender. Do not use telephone numbers provided in the email. Such requests may be part of a scheme to steal funds or use your identity. Audio surveillance. So your seller must understand that use of an audio surveillance, so something where they can hear what's being said during showings, open houses, or inspections of the property, may result in a violation of state or federal criminal wiretapping statutes. Broker recommends that seller disable any audio recording devices during showings, open houses, and inspections. Other conditions, whatever your seller wants, maybe specific open houses, highest and best date, multiple awful scenarios, whatever that is. This contract, which binds broker, seller, and their respective successors, estates, and heirs, contains all terms and conditions of the agreement between the parties with respect to its subject matter, and there are no representations, warranties, conditions, or promises except those expressly set forth in this contract. The undersigned seller represents and warrants that seller has full power and authority to enter into and perform this contract, including the conveyance of title as specified above. The seller acknowledges receipt of a copy of this contract. Signatures by the licensee, the sellers, and then their information. And that concludes our 4 days of listing agreements, pages 1 through 4 of the West Michigan listing agreement. If you have any questions, if you would like to chat, if you want me to go slower, do something different, please just let me know and I would be happy to oblige. Thanks so much, guys. Have an amazing day.